What's the American dream really? And this is why I'm running and what I want to do in D.C. Let me explain it to you, what I think, as somebody who came to this country from somewhere else. What do I think the American dream is? I think the American dream is what my father-in-law lived. My father-in-law went to high school in Indiana, was born in Hobart, ended up living in Valparaiso, working in Gary Works in a steel factory right out of high school. He raised 3 great kids. They lived in a safe community. He sent those 3 kids to a good school where they were given a good education. He lived a life where government was not in his face every day, not telling him what kind of car to drive, what kind of stove to have, how far to stand apart from other humans, whether they get masked or vaccinated. The government was in the background. And today, he's retired debt-free.
Amen.
That is the American dream. That's what doesn't exist in other countries. And that American dream is what is under attack in every way. You can't retire debt-free in this country. You don't live in a safe community. You don't have good schools. You can't even afford a car, let alone a home. And then now there's this idea that if you don't go to college, you're somehow a bad person. Like if you didn't become a gender studies major and all of a sudden you're a welder, you're like a subhuman. That's a bunch of nonsense. And that's what the Republican Party is going to rally around that simple concept. But I got a great, Senator Reynolds will tell you this is the Destiny Center. So the question becomes, what is our destiny? What is our destiny? I'll tell you what our destiny is. We're going to have a really rough 8 months. We're going to have a really rough 8 days. I hope that my wife makes it through. I canceled my cable. I've turned off her phone. I've canceled all of our media subscriptions for the next 8 days. But the next 8 months are going to be rough also in America. But January 2025, things are going to change. And by the time we get to July 4th of 2026, the 250th anniversary of the greatest country in the history of the world, we're going to celebrate like we've never celebrated. Yeah. It's rumored that Meredith Friedhoff is going to dress up as Uncle Sam, but in a good way, not in a weird way. We're going to have red, white, and blue. We're going to have red, white, and blue everywhere. And by the way, every American, not Republicans, every American will have a lapel pin with the American flag because this is not partisan. It's not partisan. To stand for the pledge is not partisan.